Every day is a day forward to recovering from the abuse of a narcissistic family. Not only just my narcissistic mother, but all of my narcissistic sisters. Each day is a step forward to healing, reflecting, and letting it all go. And I'm getting through just fine. Some days I'll have good days and some days I'll have a bad one, but today, so far, it's been a very good day. Been changing a lot of my perspectives around. And in my last video, I had mentioned that I wasn't going to take any responsibility of my sister's jealousy towards me. She's always been jealous of me since we were kids, for as long as I could really remember. And I just look at it and say, you know what? It's not my fault that her life is all messed up, and that it's not my fault that she's unhappy, and I refuse to accept that kind of responsibility. But I know at some point, I know I have to not stagnate myself and get myself too wrapped up with just being a victim of a narcissistic family. At some point, I have to move beyond victimization and gradually work on the person that I want to become. I see a lot of great potential in me, and now I have to focus on doing the things that's going to make me a better me, a happier me, a joyful me, and above all else, a peaceful me. And each and every day, God has really helped me. I can't say it enough that all the strength that I have now, just coming here and doing these videos takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage to dispel and to shine a light and the truth of the kind of family that I came through. And I'm letting all that go behind me now and put it behind me, and just say, okay, now it's time for me to heal the wounded child inside of me. And I said, do all the things that makes me happy. And I'm following my therapist's advice. And that's just not give my narcissistic family any energy towards their anger, their frustration, all their put downs, and all the stuff that they're doing to, project their weaknesses, their insecurities, their failures and shortcomings. Because I came to the realization they'll never grow up. And you know what? I can't worry about them. I've done prayed about it. And I gave all my concerns to God, and they don't, right now, if I just laugh at any threats that they have in mind, I just laugh at them. And past couple of days, I've been doing a lot of just researching how to handle people and how not to let people like that get under my skin, and how not to let them push my buttons. And I've gotten all kinds of wonderful ideas, to be able to cope, better cope. And, it's not right now at this point in my life, I can't forgive them. And I remember running into a Bible verse. And I'm not trying to make this whole video a sermon, but the thing about it is the Bible says that people that are evil-minded and worship themselves and worship money, so forth and so forth, they have no such thing to do with them. And so now I can say, that even though that they're always going to be sick and mental, and the day is never ever going to dawn on them that they need help, but I can't worry about them. I have to worry about me, what I have to do to make, like I said, to make my life the fullest ever, and to live the life that God wanted me to have and intended for me. And I can't commend him any much more and just give him a lot of praise, because right now I feel so peaceful, and I feel a lot of joy, and I'm starting to come out of this abuse stronger. And I got a whole new family with me, and the field that I have went to school for and studied for and graduated and with honors. I'm just really got to focus on my passions, and I have passion, just like being a doctor or being a physician's assistant. That's still in my heart. I just love the medical field. I love to learn about medical conditions and the causes, and learning about treatments and prognosis and just all the medical terminology and physiology. I love all that stuff, and that's where my heart's at. And who knows, I could become the next Dr. Oz out there, but there's only one Dr. Oz. But I would just say I'd be in the ranks with him one day. You never know. You just never know what my future holds. And wherever the good Lord's going to take me, that's where I'm going to go. And I'm just right now just thinking about the positive things. I'm thinking about losing some weight, and I know I need to, now that I've gotten the surgery done on my knee. And I've been doing the exercise that the doctor wants me to do, which is nothing but 100 straight leg lifts a day. And I'm even got resistance bands. I just had a resistance band, so I'm gradually doing my own little rehab. Gradually, I've been getting up, walking more, less laying down. And another thing, I'm even developing a new perspective on narcissists and just their behavior. All about me. It's my way or the highway. And you know what's so funny? Stuff saying like this, their behavior, thinking they're better than anybody else. The grandiosity that they call it. And just the, all about me, and just all the typical elements that makes a narcissist. Even what you call the psychopathic, the sociopathic. Oh, believe me, my narcissistic family has a little bit of all that. And I wouldn't be surprised one day if they came across my videos and try to shut me up, and they're not going to shut me up. The more they scream, the more I'm going to talk. because I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of nobody. You know, I'm getting help. I'm getting therapy, and I'm becoming stronger than ever. And I've learned newer ways to cope if ever verbally attacked or try to be put down or whatever. It's just the best way that I can do is to live my life happy. And that will piss them off more than anything. And I'm happy. I really am. And, you know, they're no threat to me. I'm not afraid of them or anybody. But going back to the concept of how I'm looking at my narcissistic family and how crazy and delusional they are and just their way of thinking, that they all act like a bunch of kindergartners. Back and forth. You know, anything to try to get my goat and try to provoke me. I said, well, it's not going to work. Because now I know how to be the bigger person and walk away. And I can sit back and laugh at them and say, haha, comedians, you know, they're a joke. They're funny. I mean, I'm just finding humor in it. And it's making me deal with them a lot better. And just laughing at their behavior, knowing they'll never grow up, and just laughing that they're just a bunch of daggone kids because they don't get their way. And oh, my life ain't getting better, so I'm gonna sit there and tear you down and provoke you, and you know, I want your attention. Anything to provoke me, they just want attention. And that's sad. Really? You want attention and you act like a daggone kindergarten kid? Grow the hell up. Or is that even in I don't even think that's even in a narcissist category. It's not in their vocabulary, I mean. And I just look back and I just laugh at them. It's like, you know, I'm glad I'm not in their little gatherings, their family gatherings, you know, the so-called holiday gatherings and family functions. I'm glad I'm not a part of it. And at first, yeah, it hurt my feelings, but as time went on, like I said, God's gave me a new family, a real family. And I'm learning how to embrace the new family that God's given me. And I feel so blessed right now that I can really look forward to the holidays with happiness. Just the simple getting around, getting together, talking, hanging out. You know, it's awesome. And I just have, you know, I really look forward to the holidays. I really do now. I don't feel so depressed and you know, like I said, you know, I got a new family that I can really enjoy on a daily basis. And now the holidays are going to be even much brighter and not depressing. And it's an awesome feeling. But I believe day by day, like I said, I'm coming out of the victimization role, and now it's just time to just focus on the things and put all my energy and efforts into the things that's going to make me a better me, and continue to work with my therapist and help me work through some unresolved feelings. I know they're still there. They're not all the way gone. You know, it's just kind of like something where you just have some type of bodily infection and you take all these antibiotics, you know, and it's like just before you're almost done with your whole antibiotic treatment, you know there's still some of it still there left. Still some of that infection that's still there. I mean, most of it's gone, but you know some of it's still hey. Or you could analyze it like a cold. It's like, you know, you're feeling better and better with each day, you know, and liquids and medicine, and you know, The typical things, and some of it's still hanging around, but like you're over most of it. That's where I'm at right now as far as my recovery is concerned with, you know, having a narcissistic family. But the whole root of it are my parents. And I remember over 2 years since my late father had passed away, I was the only one that didn't take his death that hard. And you know why? It was because the choices that he made. He wouldn't stop smoking. He was a chronic smoker. Wouldn't put down the cigarettes, and so what happened? He died of stage 4 lung cancer. While everybody else is crying and boo-hooing and all that, I didn't grieve like that. It was more like, I tried to force myself to feel that way, but I said, no, I'm not going to force myself to feel that way. But I just looked at it from a different perspective, and I'm way over my father's death. I've gotten over that a long time ago. As time went on, it's like, you know what, he made that choice. He really did. And now that I've discovered and looked back and let all the feelings that's been stuffed down into me about my late father and really let those things resurface so I can deal with them and no longer stuff them down or escape those feelings. Now, and I've dealt with them, I look at it head on and say, you know what? He was a narcissist too. He just wore several completely different masks. And I no longer beat myself up saying, why did I not catch it then? And just all those hurtful things he said by not supporting me to go back to school. When I first had gotten my marketing degree, I had thoughts of wanting to go back and continue to do a bachelor and say, oh, well, what for? And then, that just being unsupportive, and then just remember many times he'd call me stupid and yell at me. And then when I got my divorce from my first husband, wanted to make money out of my kids and say, how come we didn't fight for the child support? And my main concern was getting the divorce. And then telling all my so-called sisters, oh, well, she's never been, your sister, Mary, she's never been right in the head. And so many other things that come to mind, and I was like, wow. And then try to break up me and my fiance and say, oh, all Mary thinks about is herself. She don't think about nobody else. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. And I'm so glad and fortunate that I have a wonderful fiance is really good, and I'm praise God that he gave my fiance the gift to see through people's bullshit, to see through their mask, and really see through people. I'm so glad he's got that gift, because now I have nothing to worry about. Nothing. And it's such a great feeling. I got people on my side, and like I said, I'm feeling pretty daggone peaceful. Very peaceful. And I look forward, when the doctor gives me the green light to go back to work, I look forward to that. And really start a new chapter in my life by working in the field I went to school to study for. Maybe down in the future I would like to go back to school. I would like to. But we'll just see. Just sit back and just see what the good Lord's got in store for me. Might be his intention, may not, but I want to just continue to just follow his lead and follow him, and he'll lead me in the right direction. And as far as my daughters are concerned, my oldest daughter, I kind of just told her the other night that, I love you. I'm your mom. I care about you. My fiance and I are on your side, but you're on your own, and you have to start doing things on your own. And from here on, any mess that you get yourself into, despite my fiance and I advising you and warning you, you get yourself in a mess, despite our warnings and advice, then you get yourself out. I'm not going to spend my life cleaning your mess up. And I'm treating you like an adult, because if you're an adult, if you get yourself in a mess, you gotta find yourself a way to get out of it. And that's just tough love. As far as my youngest daughter, I know God will bring her home one day, and it hurts from time to time, but God's been telling me to just focus on me now. Don't worry about your youngest daughter. I'm working on that. And I believe and trust him that he will. But right now, I'm going to wrap up this video right now, but I'm just going to title this video of just a new, different, funny perspective about narcissists, especially coming from a narcissistic family, I guess. So until then, to the next time, to the next episode, I wish you all peace, love, and joy. Take care, and God bless.